The Conjuring Devil Made Me Do It is the seventh movie in the Conjuring universe and third entry in the franchise, directed by not this guy, by him, Michael Chavis. Keep this in mind, we'll dig it up later. So, we're obviously here to talk about this movie, whether you should stream it or skip it. Without further ado, let's get right into it. The movie starts at 1981, 5 years after the events of The Conjuring 2. It opens up with a vandalized house and some cliche fog effects. There is a boy named David possessed by a demon. Our protagonists, Ed and Lorraine Warrens, are there to observe and document the exorcism, which will be done by a priest, as ordered by the church. So the exorcism goes haywire. The priest who is performing the exorcism gets knocked out by a flying plate. Ed Warren tries to perform the exorcism but ultimately fails. The demon jumps on his chest and gives him a heart attack. Apparently, that's a thing that demons can do now.
No way!
Arnie, who is the future brother-in-law of David, holds him and asks the demon to take him and leave the boy.
Not a great plan.
The demon agrees and switch places with him. So the demon is inside Arnie now. But no one else was paying attention to this body switch except Ed Warren. Since he was hospitalized, he couldn't able to tell anyone. Sometime later, Ed wakes up in a hospital and warns everyone that the demon was not gone. It's inside Arnie. By the time the police get to the house, it was too late. Arnie already killed the guy. So now he's in prison and facing possible life sentence. It's up to Ed and Lorraine Warren to prove that he is innocent and devil actually made him do the killing. They have to prove this in a court of law. Yeah, that's right.
You serious?
Whether Ed and Lorraine manage to collect evidence to prove Arnie's innocence and find the satanic cult who is actually responsible for this or not is the plot of the movie. Okay, so without spoiling anything, let me just say that this movie is stupid. In order to free Arnie, the boy who was possessed by the demon, all they need to do is to prove that the devil actually exists. In a scene where Arnie was literally floating inside a prison, and the guards were watching him. Wouldn't that prove he's not guilty? The devil exists? Are there no cameras inside the prison? This movie has lot of cheap thrills. No genuine scary moment. All the scary moments are forced. It doesn't happen organically. You can smell them a mile away. Remember Conjuring 1? How good the scares were in that movie? Yeah, that's because that was directed by James Wan, not this guy. In this movie, there's a witch. She uses her powers to provide audience cheap thrills, literally nothing else. They show that she can teleport and kills people without breaking a sweat, but she fails to do it at the most important moment. Remember Lorraine Warren's power? She can see and feel supernatural presence. She can communicate with the supernatural entities, and sometimes she can see visions that might happen or might not happen. Well, in this movie, she can see the past exactly as it happened. Why didn't she never use these powers before? Oh man, I was really looking forward for this movie. It was disappointing. This is a wacky story. They should have gone for some original script. They should have named this movie The Conjuring. The studio made me do it. So anyway, if you're a hardcore fan of the franchise and never skipped any other movies before, then you can watch this when you're drunk. Because this movie is not worth your time and money. You can skip it. I will give it a 6 out of 10.
I have to see.
Yeah, please don't. For God's sake, I told you, Lorraine, don't worry. I'm pretty sure they will make another sequel. You can watch that. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please consider subscribing. Have a nice day.